Okay, Helldivers, we are back. We have got loads to go over today as it appears that Shams Georgiani breaks the silence coming from Arrowhead Game Studios as he talks about an interesting blog post and live streams coming from the development studio. I'm intrigued to see where this one is actually going to go. We've got all the information coming from him, as well as some interesting bug reporting. It appears that they are moving away from Arrowhead's Zendesk. As previously reported by Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer, we've got some interesting screenshots to show you guys to show that we may be moving platform altogether. And on top of that, we have also had some screenshots coming from some of our subscribers with regards to what it is that's happening to their PCs due to the performance. We've got loads to break into today, so with that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console alike with the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts, running up to 70% off on all old and new games. It's a no-brainer. Links in the description. And we're doing a super credit giveaway here on the channel, going in for the top bundle. So if you want to get involved with it, it's very simple. Head down to the comment section and put in a salute emoji, or for those of you guys who don't have the emoji, just 07 or 01 it. You guys know the drill. Nonetheless, so let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now on Helldivers 2. So starting off, we've got to take a look at what it is that Shams has been saying just recently as he broke the silence early hours this morning, just a matter of hours ago. He states right here that I think that this has been the longest period I've gone personally without posting. The last 2 weeks have been busy for a bunch of reasons at that. Devs are working hard at a lot of things. We're prepping a small info thingy for you to give more context and info on what's happening behind the scenes, acknowledging the pain points and what's being done, which for me personally is an absolute understatement. These pain points right now are causing players to completely log off. Now, what is it that they're actually going to be doing with this? Well, he states right here, we're in plain sight. Discord and our channels are the primary places where we post. We dip into Reddit all the time, but if you want to chat, come here. Read blog posts, which are to be coming, and visit streams where more are coming. Now, this for me is absolutely huge. We spent about 7 hours live streaming yesterday, and I actually managed to have the honor of having our friend Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer in with us. We had a beautiful conversation about the game and where it is that it's actually going and what's happening, and we came to the conclusion that communication is key, and we need some sort of blog post. For those of you guys who know how Destiny operate, they work on a weekly TWAB basis, also known as a This Week in Bungie. And this is a huge one because they utilize that blog post to be able to communicate with their community, especially if there's actually nothing coming that week and what it is that they're actively working on. For me, it's about the best thing that Bungie actually do. I'm tired of all of the issues that they have with their actual game. The communication is second to none, and this is something that I think that Arrowhead should definitely implore and move directly into. The communication is probably the biggest factor for the community. Yesterday, we expected to receive a patch update, and we received absolutely nothing. Not only that, but the entire development team went completely mute for the full 24 hours. As to why that's the case, we actually still have no reason or answer for, as both community managers have stayed silent over the last day, and hopefully we manage to hear something off them soon to make sure that everything is running as planned. But if they're working on blog posts and working on some streams coming, I'd suggest that the community managers are relatively busy. Nonetheless though, Shams Georgiani actually went in to talk about some more stuff. He states right here that we're hard at work on reducing the file size on PC. Architecture is slightly different platforms. Now, obviously this is a huge conversation for the community at the moment. A lot of people are aware, compared to games such as Call of Duty, which is running a 300 gigabyte file size, it's absolutely nothing, but 140 gig is still a massive file to be able to put into your PC to hold a game like Helldivers. Hopefully they can reduce the file size without breaking the game and it actually works in a bit more of a positive manner. And with that being said, hopefully it means that there's a lot less running in the background for it. We've got some info coming from one of our subs on that one in a short while, but we'll dive into that in a moment. One of the big factors though for me is that Shams has also confirmed that the charger audio is being worked on, which is so long overdue. This thing has been a nightmare, with silent chargers being a bit of a meme comment at this point and something that we've experienced for pretty much as long as I can remember. But yeah, hopefully we'll receive some audio coming in for the chargers so you'll know roughly when it is that you're about to get pummeled. Now, when we talk about the game and when we talk about obviously all the issues it has, you guys generally head over to the Arrowhead Zendesk to be able to put in your reports. Well, Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear actually has a subscriber over in his Discord who had a really interesting email conversation with the development team. So a massive shout out to Sec for allowing me to use these screenshots. Now, he sent in a standardized ticket for some issues that he was having with the game, but the response that he received from Simon, one of the people inside of Arrowhead, was actually a really interesting one. It states right here, "Greetings, Helldiver. We are starting to utilize a new bug reporting tool on our official Discord. Going forward, could you please submit all of your bug reports through there with a link into the Discord? Thank you again for your diligent work you have done in reporting these to us. Kind regards, Simon." Now, this is extremely interesting because the Arrowhead Zendesk is what we've been using for God knows how long. Now, for those of you guys who have reported through Discord previously, you'll know full well that Sec does actually confirm that Discord is currently limited to reporting one bug per day, which at the moment is definitely needed to be expanded. He asked whether the limit is going to be removed, and Simon states that unfortunately he doesn't have anything to do with the Discord. Better off asking Baskinator or Mitchmus inside of the Discord itself, which is our community managers. Now, massive shout out to Sec for allowing me to use the screenshots, but it's definitely leading into some very interesting conversations, and is probably why we're experiencing no updates on the Helldivers 2 known issues list over on the Zendesk with regards to those updates. They've not been updated now for about 8 days, so it's a long period of time to be able to go without utilizing that. As to when they actually fully switch over, we'll have to wait and see. I've got my ear to the floor and my eyes peeled to the screen, so as soon as that actually changes, I'll let you guys know. But they are starting the changeover now, so if you are going to issue your reports, make sure that you're in the official Helldivers Discord and you're actually reporting through their systems to make sure that everything gets put through to the right avenues. And there is a lot to go through when it comes to the report problems. We actually had a message coming from Abyssal Labs, which was one of our subscribers inside of our Discord channel, who put in this message right here to me. "I don't know what they have done to the game, but even playing a level 1 mission tanks my PC at the moment. Frames drop down to like 10 frames per second, and even the game freezes for 5 full seconds at a time. I have done and tried all the fixes and workarounds. This happened as soon as they did the last patch, and game's now unplayable. I've even reinstalled it." He goes on to continue to state those that, "So after a deep depth testing today, I've worked out that Helldivers 2 on PC has a memory leak. The longer I play, the more and more it stutters until the game crashes, and I have checked absolutely everything I can." He provided in some more info on side of his control panel, and it appears that it is blowing his power usage into very high, with the CPU running at a ridiculous level. This is, for me personally, a bit of a weird one, and the memory leak is definitely going to be an issue a lot of you guys are experiencing. So hopefully that's something that they can figure out, especially with the file reduction size on PC. I'm hoping that they can clear off a load of the holes on that one. Moving forward, though, we have unfortunately got some really sad news. We managed to get a message inside of our massive group chat of creators coming from Super Earth Salute, who put in that there was a tragic passing from Exo General Purge, a member of the 568th Atlan Corps. Now, this was a big one to the community, as he was actually quite a well-known player. Unfortunately, he did pass doing what he loved most and fighting alongside his comrades. There is very little info on this, but there has been a massive challenge put out. This is a brand new operation called Purge for Purge, where an automaton has taken one of our own. Kill them all. So make sure that you do your part and at least go in and do one single operation today in memory of Purge. Massive shout out to Super Earth Salute for bringing this to our attention. It's an absolutely tragic one. The link to their TikTok video that they provided us is down in the description below. Make sure you go and check it out and show your love and respect for General Purge. Now we're going to take a look at your top comments from the latest video upload, as you guys had a lot to say as per usual. We went over the new major order, the DSS upgrades, and the liberation buff that was at hand. This is a huge one, and you guys had some interesting comments. This first one right here states, "I'm gonna be honest, I'm taking a break from the game. I just can't take the consistent freezing and crashing anymore. Arrowhead needs to focus on fixing their damn game. It was never this bad at launch, and unfortunately, that has actually been the case. There has never been a point where the game has been so unstable. We've had quite a few balance patch issues in the past, which led towards the escalation of freedom, and Lord, we all know how that one went. But this is probably the worst state that the performance has ever been in for Helldivers since it launched mid last year. Fingers crossed this is something that they work on, and I'm hoping that the blog post will at least rectify some of the issues with what it is that we have got thought process-wise in our heads." This next one states right here, Helldivers went from 300,000 players to less than 80 in 4 to 6 weeks. Can't wait for the cape for that milestone. Yeah, this has been a bit of a dark time period inside of the game, and this has been a bit of a nightmare, to be completely honest. They launched in Xbox, and we knew full well that this should have been rectified before they managed to launch over on the new port, as there were issues starting to occur before they actually did that one. The patches after that followed, just have caused so many more painful points. Unfortunately, this final comment states right here, watch the DSS upgrade be, oh, now we can move it to the gloom and nothing else. It will take another month after this MO to wait for it to work, just to see everyone disappointed yet again. Now, I don't know how I feel about that one. I actually think that moving the DSS into the gloom would make a significant change and really help out the community in terms of the Galactic War, but I can understand that actually making a difference to the way that it plays would actually be really, really nice. I do know that there are some passive movements coming in for the DSS in the future, and they are looking at reworking different parts of it. So fingers crossed we start seeing some progress towards that, but as of right now, I think, unfortunately, Tanner, you may well be right. That's unfortunately we got time for today, though. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on. I appreciate all of your faces, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.